His oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid. And then there's abortion, a difficult issue for the Democrats to lose on, but they're trying. For decades, liberals have said if only men could get pregnant, this wouldn't even be an issue. And abortion rights are women's rights. Well, that's wrong
on live
now.
TV,
Or as the kids
Bill
say,
Maher
hold
pushed
up.
back after AOC criticized America's system. He argued the country still provides freedom and opportunity, saying constant negativity ignores progress many Americans work hard to achieve.
I see a new poll reporting how much Latinos despise the woke term Latinx. It's about as popular with them as a reboot of Speedy Gonzales. Even the country's oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it,
Bill
saying
Maher challenged
gender is
AOC's
fluid,
criticism,
language is fluid.
saying calling America
Yes,
deeply
and
broken overlooks the freedoms that allow public debate. He argued problems exist, but the nation still offers rights many countries don't.
A difficult issue for the Democrats to lose on, but they're trying. For decades, liberals have said if only men could get pregnant, this wouldn't even be an issue. And abortion rights are women's rights. Well, that's wrong now. Or as the kids say, hold up. When the wokey end of the progressive spectrum talks about abortion now, they shy away from that word, women, and prefer terms like birthing people or people who menstruate, because somewhere there's a trans man who's pregnant, and I say good for him, and I'll be looking for his story somewhere in a future
During the
issue
discussion,
of Ripley's Believe
Maher
It or
said
Not.
portraying America as hopeless is misleading. He noted millions still pursue opportunity here, proving the country's system continues to create chances despite political disagreements.
Identifying as Republican. So are Asian Americans, whose support for Democrats is down 16 points since the last election. A lot of that is because, in the name of achieving equity in schools, Democrats in deep blue cities have made it a mission to eliminate the advanced programs at which Asian kids excel. Asian parents said, okay,
Maher
I wish all
responded
kids
calmly,
well, not a racist,
saying
but
criticism is
I need
important,
someone
but
who acts
constant
like
condemnation can damage public confidence. He argued leaders should highlight solutions instead of repeating the message that America is failing.
District on the border with Mexico, which had always voted heavily Democratic, flipped to the red team. And the campaign manager for the losing Democrat said, "We gave up a reliably Democratic congressional seat for no reason at all. We deserve to know why." Well, aside from your terrible attitude, I'm going to tell
Bill
you
Maher
why.
pointed out
Because
that
these
American
voters
democracy
stopped saying
allows
your
politicians to
candidate as
criticize
their
the government openly on national television. He said that freedom alone shows the system is not as broken as claimed.
Schools to reopen a lot sooner than they did after COVID shutdowns, or think maybe your kid is getting a bad education partly because it's nearly impossible to fire a lousy teacher? Yeah, you're going to say, congratulations, teachers, you got yourself a good lawyer. The Democratic Party's always got your back, 100%. But I've noticed my kid is kind of an idiot.
Maher questioned whether extreme political rhetoric helps
So
citizens.
I may be looking for new
He argued that dramatic language might excite supporters, but practical solutions are what actually improve the country.
Cancel hundreds of billions of dollars in student debt. Okay, but the poorer 2/3 of American kids who don't get a college degree are going to say, Why should the people who didn't go to college and make less money subsidize the people who did go and make more? You want me to chip in so some liberal arts college can build a bigger rock wall? You're not my lawyer. A universal basic income probably sounds pretty good to a lot of people struggling without a college degree. And a number of cities have been running pilot programs in guaranteed income. But the West Hollywood program had to be suspended because it was unconstitutional. They set up a program where 25 residents were to get $1,000 for 18 months, but only if you identified as LGBT, the rest of that. Why?
On the
Because
panel,
they need money
Maher
more than any
reminded
other
viewers
people?
that progress
Because no one in
often
West
happens
Hollywood?
slowly. He said dismissing America entirely ignores decades of reforms and improvements achieved through debate and democratic pressure.
Bernie Sanders said he would legalize marijuana on his first day as president, but that the business of selling pot would be awarded first to those who suffered most from the drug war. And you know what? I can't argue with that instinct. The drug war has been a horrendous instrument of prejudice and punishment for racial minorities, so it seems fair that they jumped the line for weed franchises the way Indians did for casinos. But it's also what's holding up Republican support for legalizing weed nationally, which would be good for everybody. And these are the hard, practical choices the Democrats have to weigh. Redress the past, or reach out to the gettable white voter who says, you know what, I'd like a shot at getting in the pot business. But to do that, our entire
Maher
audience.
argued that loving a country means improving it, not
But to
constantly
do that-
declaring it a failure. He said balanced criticism can push reform without convincing people the system is hopeless.
Wavering voter is saying to her lawyer, the Democratic Party, hey, so happy for you that you have so many other clients and that you care so much about their problems and all the pro bono work you do. But you're supposed to be my lawyer.
Bill Maher
Democrats
told the
need to be
audience
like
that
the lawyers you
America's
see on
openness
billboards.
allows
You
fierce
hurt,
political
we fight.
disagreement. He said that very freedom proves the country still functions as a democracy where voices can challenge power.